Did you smell it?
The
Potion. What does it feel when you smell it?
Like just peace, tranquility.
Yes, it does feel like that. That's the blue lotus. You don't have it on your hands, do you?
But it also
I was gonna put some in the candle and cut it on.
that would be awesome.
But
Hey, what's up, Tara?
take but a little bit, just enough where you can smell it. I dab it on my wrist, and sometimes I rub it in my hands so I can smell it. Pieces. It's how many people? 7 people in here already.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, y'all come on up in this thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blessings and blessings to you all.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah. Nika Shantae.
Hey, Nick. Okay, we
Okay.
absolutely will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Certainly.
we absolutely will.
Yeah.
Well, this show definitely is gonna speak to you. Anybody who in a place that feel like, you know, a place where you reach out and like, you know, send good vibes, pray for me. This show is for you.
Yeah.
So that was the whole purpose in us doing this show. Yeah. So that's right on time. You in the right place.
Exactly.
You in the right place.
Happy birthday, Ernest.
Not yet.
Laverne.
Not yet. he got a long way to go. His birthday won't be until April. But you saw the picture that I posted. That was my best friend. Remember my best friend Keidra that I had on here?
Yeah.
It was her birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
She turned 40.
Yeah.
So it was our first time kind of hosting a party at the house. Well, not first time, but on that scale. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'll pass it on and tell her.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
I forgot to post a picture of all of us. I'm gonna have to post it. We took a real North Memphis looking picture. I'm gonna have to post it. For those of you who know a little bit about Memphis, you know what I'm talking about. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all come on in here.
Yeah.
We got a breathing exercise. Ernest is gonna help get us through together, y'all. So we're gonna let y'all come in here. Peace, Dakini. Yeah, yo, familia. Yeah, Ashe. We good. How are you, sis? You know, I've been practicing just I'm great. I'm great. Even when I'm not, I'm great. I'm great. Not to lie, because if I'm not, I'm like, you know, I feel kind of terrible today, but just practicing, putting it in my vibration.
That's right.
Oh, thank you for the donation. Who was that?
Speaking it into
You came in with a donation. Anita. Thank you, Anita. May that return to you 30, 60, 100 fold to bless you whatever it is that you need.
Yeah.
Or desire.
Is, so.
I'm excited because I found a really old book with an ancient teaching in it, y'all. And this is something you getting for free, basically. Well, Anita basically just paid for the whole book. Thank you, Anita. But, you know, we always trying to find something. You know, sometimes it's hard to find stuff that's free or inexpensive. And yeah, so we happy to be able to do this with y'all.
Oh, she said first time she seen you without your glasses. And you
Yeah, I was like, let me not have my glasses today. It's all about the third eye, you know. So, yeah. So I would have 5 eyes if I had my glasses on. So it's actually 3.
Yeah.
Peace, power, and blessings to you as well.
How you say that?
E's an NB? As an NB? I'm sure it stands for something.
Yeah.
PB.
PB. Yeah.
Peace to you. Yes. I think we're gonna start off with this third eye healing exercise, y'all.
Yeah. It's all about the third eye. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's all about the third eye. Yep. So, it's a secret practice again, to manifest anything, but with the intentions right now, what we are going to focus on is fully functioning third eye. Again, a fully functioning third eye is what we are wanting to manifest.
Absolutely.
And so it's called the mana force. I don't know if any of you heard of it before, but it's called the Mana Force.
And let me give a little background. The exercise is a little long, so it probably take us about 6 to 8 minutes to do this whole thing. Okay, so we're gonna do some breathing, some meditation with y'all to help open your third eye more. But let me tell you the background. Do y'all remember like Hawaiians saying kahuna, kahuna? And I remember, I don't know where I remember this from, but I remembered this and I looked it up one night and it led me to Mana Force. I was like, what is that? And it's like this secret ancient teaching. So they would do this chant, kahuna. And this chant, the way it would move the breath through the body, would just open up for you to be able to basically like glitch the matrix or quantum jump yourself or change your reality, manipulate your reality using chi energy, the breath within your body. So when you say kahuna, it just makes your lungs have to engage. Kahuna.
Kahuna.
I don't know why I knew that.
Oh yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. So I looked it up and it led to this and I was like, oh my goodness, this is the manna that was in the Old Testament. Remember, the manna is what was getting them through the wilderness to the promised land. The manna, they was starving. I was like, oh my God, like this is, I always wondered what manna really was metaphysically, and I freaking found it. So y'all, I went through this. I did the exercise a few times myself. I went in, I edited a little bit of it to make it target the third eye. As you all know, we got our third eye potions that we made. I cannot wait to share this with y'all. Y'all will be able to get some of this. I'm talking about, it's got crystals and flowers and herbs. It is loaded, and oh my goodness, I'm only gonna make a few of these. It's gonna be very limited, but if you want to get one, let us know. I wrote a whole blog centered around just this third eye potion, and it will help with everything spiritual. So yes, we're gonna combine this ancient secret practice. If hopefully y'all are able to do this with us. Hopefully you're not driving. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. You can still do your deep breaths, of course, you know. But yeah,
thank you.
That's the background. So we're gonna do that before we even get into anything.
Rashaman, you got that testimony too.
Yes, Rashaman, you up in here, sis?
Yeah, she in here.
That helped me so much to confirm what the potion was doing for me. So yes, Rashaman, you see this? I made a whole 2 ounces. I found these beautiful crown chakra, third eye, throat chakra colored bottles. And I just went all out, you know. I was like, price don't even matter. I want to go all out. This potion deserves to be in something special. So yes, I'm going to be doing more of these, but just starting off, we only have 8 of these left. So like I said, if y'all want to get one, hit us up. We're going to post it after the show so you can get it. Okay. All right. So I hopefully I got y'all excited, because I'm excited because I want y'all to have the same reaction to this potion,
right,
you know, that me and Rashaman and others who have used this. So yeah.
All right. Build a magic healing light with Mana Force power. Now that you have cleansed your body and mind of the negative thoughts and emotions that cause the block, you are ready to bring about your healing.
And so that's the very first thing we're going to do, is clear that stuff out. Okay. So if you ever got a reading with me, you know that's the first thing that I do before I do the reading. So if you all can, if it's safe, to close your eyes, and we're going to take 3 really slow, deep breaths. You want to fill your stomach with the breath, and then you want to blow out your mouth. Okay. After we do that about 3 times, then we're going to get into the rest of this. We'll just go to number 1. You can skip all of that part. So yeah, we're going to do 3 breaths. And then we're gonna walk you through the exercise, okay? So if you all could close your eyes and do 3 deep breaths, okay? Fill your stomach with the breath. Release it. As you are inhaling, you want to inhale the healing energy of Source, the Creator. As you exhale, you want to breathe out everything that's been tense and frustrating and upsetting and irritating and stagnant for you. Okay.
All right. So first, empty the lungs of old air as outlined in breathing exercises in chapter 1. Now, to empty the lung of old air, once you completely exhale, what you're going to do is to completely clear your lungs, you want to blow out some more.
Like
So,
how you glasses.
oh
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was trying to figure out
Figure
what
it
it
out.
was.
So, you know, like she said, you know how when you clean off your glasses, you blow that little breath on it. Okay, so after you've exhaled completely and you feel like, okay, there's no more air in my lungs, you to make sure that you get there. Once you get there, you know your lungs are clear. Okay. So step 2, take 6 deep breaths.
Total. But we're gonna start off with 3. And then
Okay.
we're gonna hold our hands out in front of us and do the last 3. Okay.
And between each breath, again, make sure that you completely clear your lungs. Yeah. Now, take 6 deep breaths, holding each one for as long as you can comfortably. Take each following breath immediately, holding each until 6 deep breaths have been taken. After 3 deep breaths have been taken, again, extend your arms before you with your palms facing you, and then do the remaining 3 breaths.
Okay. You ready? Go tell us to breathe. Okay.
All right. So we're going to take these first 3 deep breaths and hold it as long as we can. Let's breathe.
Hold your hands out in front of you. Now you're gonna take your next 3 deep breaths the exact same way.
Okay, we're abbreviating this, but now 2 more breaths.
Now our pace may be a little different, and that's okay because everybody is doing this to their own tolerance. But you should be able to feel the vibrating energy that's moving through you in your hands, especially in your fingertips. You may feel a little dizzy if you have not been doing breathing exercises, and that's normal. That's okay. The more you get used to it, the less dizzy it'll make you.
A little tingling in your fingertips.
And if you can't feel the tingles, it's always you can rub your hands together as well to get that energy moving till you feel the tingles in your fingertips, which is the validation from source, from energy, that you have called down that mana force energy into your body.
Yes.
So now the rest of this is going to be visualization. If you're not real good at it, don't stress about it. It's okay. If you can't actually visualize this ball of light, that's okay too. Just imagine that you feel it. You know what it feels like to be in the hot sun. So you can imagine that you feel the energy of the sun in the place of visualizing the ball of light that we're about to use to pass through our temple, through our third eye, to help open us to connect.
Now, as you were taking those last 3 breaths, you started to feel that mana force field. And with that force field, like she said, it goes directly into now the visualization portion. And what we want to do now is we want to send this mana force to a spot around your feet and above your head. So you, as above and so below. As you send it up through the head, see it form itself into a ball of brilliant white light filled with millions of particles. Each of these particles is charged with a gigantic force of power almost beyond human imagination. Number 4, now slowly, ever slowly, bring this ball of fully charged magic healing light down through your body. Let it rest in the head, healing the eyes, ears, nose, and throat. If there is any particular area, any of your limbs, you can put that place in mind and allow this mana force healing energy to hover over that area that you may be experiencing a sensation that you want healed. Next, let it rest in the shoulder area a moment before going into the chest. Here, it can go into the lungs, heart, stomach, and back. Now, bring it into the area of the solar plexus and the third eye so it can come into contact with any of the chakras in this part of the body that may need healing energy.
So right here, y'all, just hold that ball of light over your third eye and over your solar plexus, which is your gut, which is your belly, right in the center of your belly. Hold that light over the third eye and over the center of your belly for a moment. Again, you cannot visualize a ball of light. You can also just imagine feeling hot or warm energy in those areas.
You can now bring it first down into one leg after we've hovered over our third eye and the solar plexus. Now you can bring it first down one leg and into the foot, and then down the other leg and into that foot. Now, form another ball of magic healing light. First do the deep breathing and then form the ball of white light above the head. Number 7, this time bring this fantastic ball of brilliant power into what you believe to be the affected area of your body.
And for us, we're going to target the third eye. So you're going to put that ball of light over the third eye again.
Now you want to say your command. I am 100% clear and well in body, mind, and third eye.
I'm 100% well and clear in body, mind, and third eye.
I am 100% clear and well in mind, body, and third eye. You want to do this for about 3 minutes. Continue to state this mantra and do this for about 3 minutes. And then now, for a third time, form a ball of magic healing light and bring it down through the whole body, as in the previous steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, your healing ritual is now completed.
So you all right now probably can feel the vibration. You might feel temperature changes in the body. You feel more connected to yourself. You may feel more alive. You may feel more in your body. All of this is signs that what you are doing is working. And so this exercise takes about anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes, depending on how long you're holding the breaths and how long you're holding the light in these areas. So it can vary. So I absolutely, when I first did this, I felt the difference. You feel more connected. You feel, even when you speak the command out loud, you feel the connection to your voice commanding. You feel more in your body. which is the unity that we be craving with the higher self, with the energy, which is the energy of the creator, the energy of your soul, you know. This energy a lot of times is not safe to be in us because it's so much chaos and there's so much going on, and a lot of us don't know how to self-soothe. A lot of us don't know how to be in our bodies. So this exercise can be used for anything. It might not be the third eye. You might want to use it for something else. Could be an ailment or anything like that. This will fit for anything.
One thing just to add to what she's saying. Now, if this may be you, in times past as it has been me, if you didn't feel anything, don't worry. Just be persistent. Do the exact same process over, and keep doing it until you build up the sensitivity to where you're able to recognize after you came out of it. Whoa, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will. You'll get more sensitive to energy the more you do this. That's the whole purpose. The third eye has to be exercised.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be exercised with breath and visualization. And yes, it's really that simple. Like a lot of stuff we be wanting to accomplish, you just want this this super ceremony, and you know,
Lots
it's
of
really that
forehead
simple.
pressure.
So y'all should feel that good. That's awesome. So yes, this lets you know that you have moved energy and you have commanded this energy to be within your third eye. Okay, so this is really good to do. This is going to lead us into the rest of what we're talking about. We wanted this show to be all about how to get connected for real, and we want us to be able to get straight to the point. So after I did this, I began realizing why I have trouble sometimes with sensing my higher self, and I'm sure you all do too, right? So what happens is, the reason why a lot of us can't sense our higher self is because of whatever you've been experiencing in your life is typically driving you to feel unsafe and to be in fight or flight. You don't feel connected. You don't feel in unity within yourself. You feel like you just separated in all these remnants of pieces. This is the whole purpose in soul retrieval. You know, that's why I do the shamanic meditation often, because this calls those parts of you back to you. And what trauma does, and before I tell you why some of you may not be able to feel your higher self as we experience too, but what happens is trauma pushes you out of your body, because that is the way we're kept safe. So within government programs, this will be equivalent to the monarch mind control program, which is when they intentionally create trauma to create these splits and altars, to create new archetypes, so you have these compartments all within yourself. And so this is why you can be one way with one person, another way with another person, and you can just keep flipping the switch. If you all remember the Britney Spears interview, she was being interviewed by Barbara Walters. And she asked her something, and she started to tear up. She started to cry because it was really personal what she asked her. And then she went into saying, "Oh, hello. Oh, God." I mean, it was like 6 different altars came through at one time. It was like, I remember watching that being like, what did I just see? And I only knew to call it possession back then as a Christian. I didn't know what was happening. So that's what this is. So a lot of times, y'all, we think we in our body, but we not. We're not fully in our body. And you might even just be in your body 30%. But when you are fully in your body, you feel energy.
That's true.
And so when you get detached from that, yes, it is harder to feel energy, because that means that it has not been safe for you to be fully in your body. Okay? So my question that I asked the higher self for y'all, and this is how it came forward. Why do we have trouble feeling our higher self? And my higher self answered the question with a question. I mean, yeah. Is it safe for your higher self to be present in your life? In your reality right now? Is it safe? And I was like, what? I didn't understand. And so then my higher self says, let me explain. If you abuse the self with criticisms and negative self-talk that you allow to just continue to circulate, your higher self will not integrate because he or she doesn't feel safe to integrate with you. If abuse is imminent, your higher self will stay in a safe place within the astral realm. So you must make a safe space by giving a face to the negative self-talk. Give a face and a name. Even give it a form. And this was shared to me by one of my most cherished teachers who trained me for 10 weeks. I've been going through 10 weeks of training behind the scenes, you know. Like I said, you have to really commit to this process. And I can't be coming in front of y'all and I'm not committed. So, you know, I've been under a teacher and she really helped me to be able to identify these things. So shout out to her. You know who you are. Thank you. I love you.
We love you.
Absolutely. And so what happens is you want to give a name to it. Do you remember when we were in church, it was like shame the devil? It's like that. It's like, I'm going to give you a name and I'm going to give you a form. It might look like a blob. It might look like, I mean, it could be anything. It might look like shards of glass to you. Use your third eye. This is why we open the third eye.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Once you do that, then you're going to say, once you give it a name and a form, you're going to say, I give you an eviction notice. I might spell that wrong, but we'll correct. And you're going to let it know, I am in control. I hear you. I acknowledge what you're saying, but I won't make decisions based on your perspective because I'm in control of my reality.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So you let it know, I hear you. I acknowledge that, but I'm not going to make decisions in my life. I'm not going to respond according to what this negative self-talk that you talking, whatever name you gave to it, I'm not going to allow it to dictate my reality. Okay, so you serve an eviction notice and you let it know, you cannot dictate my reality. Okay, this is taking your power back. Okay, and so from now on, from this point, y'all, you want to simply observe these thoughts. Observing the thoughts is not the same thing as letting them circulate and marinate in that shit. Because if you crawl over in some shit and marinate in it, the longer you in it, the more you go smell like shit. And the longer it's going to take to get that shitty smell off of you. And I don't know why I'm using that example, but it's perfect because sometimes life is just throwing a lot of shit.
Going through a lot.
You can use it for fertilizer. You can be like, damn, I'm in this shit. There's nothing I can do to change it. I'm going to let this shit grow something. You know, recently, what the guy said to the fighter, he was like, you either go win or you go learn something.
Oh yeah.
And that was really deep.
Yeah, he wasn't talking. He didn't use losing as a option. Instead, you know, we look at it at a fight as in either you won or you lost. He looked at it as no, you either gonna win or you gonna learn. Yeah. That's an awesome way to look at it.
It really is.
Yeah.
So I hope this resonating with y'all because this when it came through when I got this morning, I was like, oh my goodness, that's freaking awesome. Look at that. Cut through the bullshit. Look, y'all, can't make this up. Look what popped up on his phone. This is a horoscope we're subscribed to. It says cut through the bullshit. So this astrology, it's an app called Cold Star. So you can go add this app, put your birthday in and stuff, and it's gonna give you your horoscope and your astrology from day to day.
Yeah.
And that just so happened to pop up, cut through your bullshit, as I was talking about the bullshit and what to do with it.
Yep.
Anyway, synchronicity. So this is a very divine moment that was ordained, and we are all in alignment with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope that answers y'all question about being able to interface and merge with your higher self. Your higher self, if it's not safe and it's just like being in an abusive relationship. Your higher self is very wise. It has ancient wisdom.
That's a cool one.
And it's not going to allow itself to be abused because it's sacred. And when you abuse your higher self, when you abuse the self, that's the worst form of abuse. That's worse than somebody else abusing you. Self-abuse is the worst because this puts you in a prison. And what it also does, it creates, according to the laws of the universe, it's going to create more bad stuff in your vortex because you are abusing your own self. You are martyring yourself, which is one of the reasons why the whole religious thing of Jesus Christ down on the cross was really a disempowering thing for a lot of us to have been taught, to just allow yourself to be abused for the sake of trying to save some people who don't even care about you. That the basis of that teaching alone, that to me, Baphomet ain't wicked when I
Thank
look
you,
at
Leslie.
that. Ashe. Thank you. May they return to you 30, 60, 100 fold, sis.
Yes. So
That's wicked. That's self-abuse. We were basically taught to abuse ourselves and think that by abusing yourself, you was gonna make the world a better place. That's like no.
That's the suffering savior.
Yeah. No, we're not suffering saviors. That's why we're awakening. So what's happening is you're being called to come out of that. And I know y'all been feeling it. I know because we've been feeling it. You feel the tension, you feel the pull. We've been called to come out of that because you can't go into 5D with that consciousness. You have to let that go and replace self-abuse with love.
And we can't help but to throw in the aspect of the shadow, doing the shadow work, because when you start going into these areas, it's gonna force you to have to go within again. Some things won't be unlocked until we get to the root of it. And a lot of times, because we may be operating as a child in some areas in our life, the only way that we're going to get back to experiencing what we need to experience in our adult mind, in our adult life, is by going back and revisiting it and helping to heal and helping to bring the child out of that closet, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I can remember as a child, some things, guess what? When I became fearful about something, I remember going into the closet. Just going into the closet because guess what? It's dark. Nobody, it's kind of like a hiding place. Nobody knows where you are. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, we got to go back into the closet and shed some light in that closet. You know what I'm saying? To help all of this integrating process manifest.
Absolutely. And so that leads us into the new moon energy we're coming into. So I'm going to let.
For this new moon coming on the 18th and the 19th, the whole theme about it was emerging pride. Emerging pride. Now it's a new moon, and so I want to just state this in regards to the meaning of the new moon. New moons tend to make us want to plant new seeds and start fresh. But we are essentially working blind, however, without the illuminations of the sun's wisdom.
And the sun represents Christ consciousness, which is why the Son of Man, Son, Solomon, it's about the sun, solar plexus, Christ consciousness. We didn't do this like this. This just
it's all connected.
We didn't even do this.
That's right.
We didn't do this. We just pulled pieces and put them together, and it was like perfect symmetry.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, so we are working 100% on our instincts at a new moon. Okay, did y'all get that? We are working 100% on our instincts on a new moon.
You need to be connected to your intuition,
Decisions made at this time would be from habitual drives and infantile cravings, which may not be in our best interest. At the new moon, we should listen to our body. Hence, why we've been talking about making sure that we're more in touch with our body and aware. Tuning into our guts will help us tell apart a wounded ancestor who is crying out for attention and one's trusted intuition.
And sometimes you can't hardly tell the difference. So this is why doing this third eye practice is going to help a lot to be able to differentiate what's what. Because some stuff they do, it just be the ancestors coming through, their energy coming through. It might be something that they didn't clear, and they it's coming up in you. It happens like this sometimes.
And then when we understand that our ancestors are in us, you know, I think Bobby Hemmett breaks it down in many videos, but especially as it relates to stop looking outside of yourself. Because everything, the universe is inside us all. So there is nothing on the outside that we should be looking to, but definitely starting from within. Yeah, and so, yeah, like she said, your ancestors coming to you. Guess what? That's from within. The guidance of the sun, or the light of truth, is missing at the new moon. Discernment is needed, as one may easily be hoodwinked. A new moon can work powerful manifestation magic because the moon is furthest from the earth, and this frees the imagination from material limits.
Go back to the imagination. Yeah, I'm telling you, I put together the metaphor stuff. He went and got the astrology, and like literally, we realized how much this is aligning now. We didn't realize when we was reading over the information.
Thought seeds planted at the new moon will grow. So be careful what you wish for.
And so that's you just being very discerning about the thoughts that you allow to cultivate.
Yeah.
To be cultivated.
Yeah.
You can't stop thoughts from coming. Okay. The mind consciousness is a stream. It is a free flowing stream of energy, thoughts, beliefs from so many different directions. Just imagine that. Okay. The 4 rivers that was talked about in the Old Testament and Eden, that is the consciousness, that is the mind. And so it's like if there are entities standing at this river tossing stuff over in there, it's gonna pass through, but you don't have to catch it and hold on to it and own it as yours. You could just observe it and let it pass on by. And so this is the practice. You don't, because a lot of us, we kind of knew it in spiritual awakening things. So some of us, we be trying to control the mind, control the thoughts. That's like trying to control the waves in the ocean. You can't.
Before I go further, the energetic barometer, or the exercise that you mentioned earlier, I think that's something that, because I know I need it, but I think that's something that we should share with the tribe too.
Okay.
You know, as it relates to more so being sensitive to your energy field. Yeah. So you won't be projecting anything that you don't want to project. You know what I'm saying? I find myself at times putting more energy into getting frustrated and anger than putting that same energy into how to make this situation work for the best or get the best outcome. So me and Cam was talking, and she didn't have a name for it, but she did come up with an exercise that I know and we believe that will be vital and instrumental in helping us to recognize and, like I say, be sensitive to what type of energy you know what I'm saying, because sometimes we can be feeling a certain type of way and not even realize we feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? And it takes somebody else kind of like looking at you and saying, are you okay, or what's wrong, or you seem mad, or you know what I'm saying? It takes somebody else to hold a mirror up so we can see ourselves. And so I know and I believe that it's helping. Why you laughing, baby?
Because when it happened, it was,
Yeah, well.
But that's because you was outside of your body. They go back to what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He didn't even know he was being ornery. That's the best word I can describe. You're like, you're just frustrated and, I'm like, why, what's wrong, babe?
Yeah.
Nothing. Why your face look like that?
Oh, my face look like something?
Like what?
Right.
That. What?
So then, look. So then, you know how when we get ready to do these lives or whatever, they take the still shot. So we took a still shot, and she was like, "See, that's their face right there." I said, "Huh?" I
But you
said,
looked at it and said, "Why my face
"Face
look
look like
like
that,
that?" And I said,
right?"
"Baby, this is the face I'm talking about. It's your resting bitch face, is what they would call it for a woman. You know."
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So just pay attention to the thoughts and the energy that you're cultivating.
yeah,
If because 9 times out of 10 you outside of your body in that moment. So you don't know what kind of energy you giving off. You don't know what, like, you don't even know what's going on with your face. You can be frowning
it's
and
the
literally be
body
like, "I'm
language.
good. I'm great."
The body language is amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It don't lie.
Yeah.
Body language don't lie. We do.
Yeah.
And the ego will show up and be like, "I don't know why she trying to make a big deal. Like you doing something wrong. You ain't doing nothing wrong." That's the ego job to keep you safe.
Yeah.
But sometimes we just need to be seen.
Yeah.
So the same way you give a name and a form to this critical self-talk that you may have, you do the same thing within yourself too.
Anytime knowledge,
So
think
that you can
bigger.
see
What's
yourself.
up, girl? Yeah.
What's up, anytime knowledge? Think bigger.
Your name's so long, so we gonna say T for short.
Right.
Okay, so the new moon for 2020 is best for this 18th and 19th new moon energy. Is best for finding your tribe, mobilizing spiritual warriors, uniting against the empire but not striking yet, principles, leaders, and installing locks and burglary alarms.
Get your protection up.
Yeah.
It's a good time to make sure that you protect it spiritually and physically.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the new moon is worse for unreliable types, traffickers, vampires, construction, farming, rivalry, blind loyalty, hydras, buying clothes, and cutting your hair.
And there are times where it's best to do these things,
that's
and
what's
this is
up.
not one of them. I tried to get my hair colored at a time when I did not read what was going on, and the lights went out, power went out, and they ended up with a million colors.
Yeah.
Shit
Oh, she
red.
said, "Yep, that's my short name,
Yeah.
Mama T." All right, Mama T.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all just got your alarm system put in.
Oh, that's perfect.
What's up. Perfect timing.
Perfect. Yep. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You don't even always have to be conscious of what the energetic energy, shift is that's coming through. And just by being in alignment. Just practicing being in alignment. Practicing just releasing the resistance, not being rigid, just practicing being in that alignment. So that's what a lot of this is about. I'm gonna get into some cards as well, but I feel like I kind of want Ernest to share just a little bit more. We always want to at least spend an hour with y'all, like minimum. So we got some time, but I want Ernest to share a little bit more. Maybe you can share a little bit more about your process and like how difficult sometimes it be for you to connect like that. Like share what happened this morning.
Okay.
And and I was like, you can draw more flies with honey than with vinegar.
Yeah.
Let's go and get personal.
This
Let's get
morning.
personal. Let me give me some tea.
This morning I had a situation where I think it was when I woke up and well, Cam probably throughout the night off and on was up with our daughter. And so I was able to sleep. I was able to sleep really unbothered. She created that space for me that allowed me to be able to sleep unbothered. And so I think it was when I got up and I must have came in the kitchen and our daughter was like it was a container of limes, lemons, and a little strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries infused together. But we hosted a little party yesterday here, and so it had alcohol in it. And so she saw it and was like, I want some of the I want some of that juice or whatever. And I told her, I was like, well, no, baby, you can't have this because, you know, this is not for children. And she said, but mama let me have some. And I was like, well, yeah, she didn't let you have this one. And so um because Cam had been up and because I know I had been asleep, I told Cam, okay, you good, you go ahead and get some rest and we not gonna bother you. So when my daughter asked for that particular drink and I was like, nah, you can't have this one. And maybe instead of me I didn't necessarily end it with that, but after the experience, I reflected back and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I could have been like, what? How about we just cut you some fresh lemon and lime and make you a new juice. Um, I could have done that, but I was like, no. I was like, no, this ain't what you want. And so immediately she went to her mom, and because I had already said, okay, we're not gonna bother you, it kind of upset me to the point to where all I said was, no, you can't have this one. But she went to her mom and was like, well, he said I can't have the lemon and lime juice. And to make a long story short, I was holding again that energy of being upset and frustrated because I didn't want to wake Cam up. I didn't want to have to go in there, or I didn't even want the children to have to go in there and ask anything, or because she sleep light. And so too much noise and going in, it'll wake her up and throw the pattern off of resting. So I did. I got upset. And it was just that it was me embodying that energy. I didn't say anything, but I got the reader with me. So as soon as she came into the kitchen in my presence, she was like, baby. And she automatically could feel. And she was like, that's what our daughter feels. Our daughter feels that energy. And so quite naturally, when you have a child and the child has two parents, one parent says no, or hypothetically puts up a wall or a block, then you're gonna go to the other parent that 9 times out of 10 will probably be like, okay, we're gonna see if we can, you know what I'm saying, we can get what you want or help meet you at the place to where you're gonna be happy. And so yeah, that did bother me initially, and it took a series of questions and a little insight that Cam gave me for me to recognize and look at it in a different way. And so I do have that tendency to do that, and that's because of the way I was brought up, the experiences that I had on things like that, that it was rigid to that extent. And so finding myself having to intentionally break free from the rigidity, you know what I'm saying, which ain't easy. It's hard, you know what I'm saying, but you know, that's what I want. I don't want to be like that. And like in our conversation, like what we was talking about, I don't want to grow old and be the mean old man, you know what I'm saying, or I don't want to continue this pattern, and it affects my children to the point to where when as they get older, they don't want to deal with me because I hold on to some energy that make them feel like, oh, I want to make him mad. You know what I'm saying? Or if I go around and he get mad, oh, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want that. And so I know that there's something that I have to be more intentful in trying to break them cycles and them patterns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I know some of y'all probably can relate to that. That's why I want him to open up and share it. Because sometimes we don't realize the change that you want so bad and need, you actually are resistant to from what you're doing day to day. So your conscious mind is saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. You're doing meditations, trying to help yourself to be in that vibration, but your resistance to it is going to keep you in these cycles. So check yourself. And like I told him, that's cowardly. You're being a coward. That's what that is. Because I don't want to face myself. I don't want to face my demons. I don't want to face my bullshit. I don't want to see it.
Cut through the
Look
bullshit,
at it, see it, and cut through the bullshit. Literally, I told him this morning, and his horoscope just popped up tonight. I don't even cross
Thank you,
watch.
Mama T.
So you have to be like, am I putting more energy into what I don't want than what I do want? So like I told him, you make your deposits where you intend to make the most withdrawals. So if you've been banking with Bank of Frustration and you want to bank with Bank of Flow, you got to make more deposits in Bank of Flow to be able to go and withdraw when you need to. You store up your energy reserve, so when triggers happen, you're not on E. You got some currency to reach back and grab. So like I told him, can you imagine how freaking awesome that moment could have been where you was like, you know what? Let's do something fun. You want something what Mama made last night? No, I might can't make that. But guess what? Let's make some limeade. We go put some agave, some water. She would have been so excited. She 5. Like that's the age where kids don't give a crap about you. By the time they turn 13, just buy me some stuff and leave me alone. And I'm in my room and take me to go chill out with my friends. That's all I care about. She at that age where the simple things they make her so happy. I'm like, look how that moment was wasted on energy. He was more upset than I was, and I was the one that stayed up all night holding space so he could sleep. If anybody should have been ornery, I feel like I would have had a lot of reason to. And I wasn't, because I've been making my deposits where I intend to make my withdrawals. And so, but
That's good.
I can't take all the credit for that. I explained to y'all what my higher self told me. If y'all came in late and missed it, just rewind it and go back. Like this episode right here is going to be an episode that's going to help your growth. Like real talk, help your growth. And I also give a lot of credit to this potion. I really do. A lot of credit goes to this potion. This right here so what happens when your third eye is more open and balanced? What happens is your perspectives, your consciousness expands, and all of a sudden your peripheral vision is damn near 360. So whereas you would look at a situation, and you could only see the right and the left of it, very 2D, maybe, no depth, no width. All of a sudden now you can see the depth, the width,
the array,
the circumference, the whole panoramic view. So I'm able to step back and look at things and see panoramic vision. And damn, that would have been a good name for it, because that's what it does. Now, I want to share with y'all before we get into the cards, because we got to get into the cards. Even though we already at an hour, we getting into these cards because they always speak to us. These cards be talking the talk. Okay? So, let me tell y'all what happened. The very first time with this particular one, I wanted to bathe under the new moon energy, so I waited, And so the first time after I finished preparing it and everything and charged it, when I used it, I met a new spirit guide, and she is so freaking dope, where I have to just share this with y'all, because it's freaking awesome. Then I'm gonna tell y'all about how we glitched the matrix. We was glitching the matrix last night. Like when your third eye is open, you are able to see like Neo in Glitch the Matrix. I know this shit sounds so spectacular. And I know it's like, how you telling me a potion yeah, like real talk. Like the only thing I'm worried about is the supply and demand. I hope that I'll be able to meet the demand for this, because for real, it takes you to other places. I've been astral traveling. I've been so lucid in my dreams. I've been creating groupies in my dreams. Like, it's crazy. But let me tell you what happened with the meditation.
Break free of the blockages.
Yeah.
As long as you break free of all your blockages, you can experience.
It's limitless.
Yeah, you can experience.
It's limitless.
Yeah.
Like that movie with that drug, Limitless. It's that the awakening. You know, Hydra, that energy of Hydra is in astrology right now. That's the Kundalini energy. That serpent knowledge, just Naga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get this. So I went into meditation. I was like, you know what? It's time for me to meet a new spirit guide. So let's get it popping. So I rub a little bit on my third eye. It only takes one drop in your hands. You just want to, just the smell alone, just like aromatherapy is so real. You know what I'm saying? The smell just takes you to another place. So I'm meditating, and then I'm just walking through my chakras. The way I shared the Arcturian chakra meditation with y'all. If you hadn't done that yet, go check it out after this video or whenever you get time. It's awesome. So I'm doing that and get to my third eye. And then I'm like, you know what? Wait, I need to go talk to Raul, which is the ancient tree spirit that I communicate with in the underworld. So I'm talking to Raul, and Raul was like, you have a new spirit guide that's present. And I'm like, oh snap. Okay. So I'm looking, and I look down in these flowers, I wish I could show you how my toes, because I went and got my toes painted this color of these flowers. But can you imagine flowers that look like the galaxy? You know how you see the galaxy t-shirts, the galaxy cakes and stuff? These flowers look like the galaxy. And I was like, wow, there's some dope ass flowers. So I went to rub my hands through the flowers because I wanted to touch them. And this fairy comes out of the flowers, and her skin was blue-black. And I mean, like iridescent blue-black. If y'all could picture that. Iridescent blue-black. And she just indigo. That's the best way I know how to describe the color, indigo. And she was just like, I have been waiting on your consciousness to expand enough for you to acknowledge me. And I was like, wow, like you are so beautiful. And she was just like, as you. She, talk a little different. She's like, as you. And I was like, okay, thank you. And, so we're just talking, and I'm just like, what's your name? She's like, my name is Twilight. And I was like, Twilight. I was like, you dope as hell. Like, I wish I could draw you and, like show you to the world. And she's like, yeah, my name is Twilight. I've been waiting. And I was like, what do you do? I know that you're a fairy. And she's like, well, I actually have been assigned to your third eye. And I was just like, wait, the third eye is indigo. And you have this indigo aura around you. It made sense. She's like, that's what I have been assigned to do for you. So I was like, wow. So, I was like, okay, what do we do now? And she was just like, well, you just need to be able to release and surrender and not have resistance. And what I will do, I will take you on a journey using your third eye. I will help you to be more creative. I will help you to be able, for your audience, to expand your consciousness, to help your audience and the people that you are called to speak to. And I was like, that's beautiful. So I just did what she did, took some deep breaths, and she came within. And like when she came into my third eye, it felt, I don't know, it was a whole new level of consciousness expanded again. And I got she told me a gang of stuff. Like it was so deep, the gems she was dropping on me. And so when I came out of meditation, I wrote it all down. And I was just like, wow, this is so amazing. So I was just like, but how do I know this is real? And this is when this came to me. And the very next day, Ernest asked me, how do you connect with your spirit guides? Like, not the shit we've been reading and everybody's like, we want a fresh perspective. So here go the fresh perspective on connecting with spirit guides. For you to do this, you definitely have to be working on your third eye and practicing using your imagination and practicing trusting that inner voice, trusting your intuition, trusting yourself. to the point where can't nobody even tell you that something ain't real. This is the level of trust you want to have with yourself, your intuition, and your higher self. Can't nobody tell you it ain't real. So what you want to do is, once you do that, okay, it's the exact same way you're going to give a name to the self-critical negative thoughts that you have. You're going to do the exact same thing with your spirit guides. So you can create whatever you want to. Now, if you create something and then you're going to hear doubt come up, you're going to hear that come up like, that's bullshit, you just made that up. And that's when you be like, you know what? But I'm in control of my reality. I'm a god, I'm a goddess. You cannot dictate. So thank you. I acknowledge that. Thank you. But you cannot dictate. This is my world. So once you do that, I don't know, whatever you want. It could be a damn marshmallow. I don't know. You know, like they thought of that shit in Ghostbusters. And when I watched it as a kid, that was real to me. I was waiting on marshmallows to talk to me the next day. That shit was so real to me. So, you know, you want to do that because what that is going to do, that's going to help deprogram and detox you from the stuff that we were indoctrinated in, that you can't trust your heart. You can't trust your imagination because it's vain. The heart is deceitfully wicked, and no man can know the heart but God. You are God now, so you know your heart. You know what I'm saying? So a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think this and believe this, this is my spirit guide. So let me tell you the science that Twilight gave me. She said, I am simply a part of you. There are many universes within you. You are the microcosm of the macrocosm. So if you create me, that doesn't mean that I'm not real because you didn't see me in somebody else's book. You can't find somebody else, another teacher that you respect to validate this experience. Like that don't make it not real. She's like, I am simply an aspect of you. And I am an inhabitant of the universes inside of you. And there are so many more. And I was like, you mean tell me I could do this for the rest of my life on earth and I'd probably never meet all of the different spiritual energies and divine ones who are guiding me? She was like, exactly. This is an infinite. She said, this goes on for infinity. There is no end. There is no beginning. You are Alpha and Omega. There is no end and beginning to consciousness. It's the ever-flowing thing. And I was just like really blown away by that. So you want to trust that, okay? You want to build trust with yourself, okay? You want to exercise your third eye. Just practice doing this. This potion, actually, you could take this and put a drop of this in a candle and light it before you do meditation. That'll help too. And you can also rub some on your crystals, you know, hold these crystals in your hands when you go into meditation as well. But this is going to strengthen you and empower you when you walk around. Think about it. Bobby Hemmett would say the most bizarre shit. And I never questioned it. Because he said it with so much knowing. I was like, there's no way this nigga lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he first introduced Tiantia, O'Shayla, and Otincha, you know, I was just like, that's dope as hell.
Right.
He was like, yeah, these new entities coming through. And I was just like, this is dope as fuck. So you just go create some shit, communicate with it, and then teach it and be like, this is Bible. I was like, I'm with that. Because that is the energy of divinity. I don't need nothing outside of me to tell me something's real. So, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Twilight for that one.
Yeah, thank you, Twilight. Yeah. Now, before Cam gets into the cards, I just want to say for this new moon energy that is coming forth on the 18th and the 19th, one of the crystals that will definitely be beneficial to use, and thanks T for the moderating and answering the questions and helping our brothers and sisters. The tiger's eye. If you all can see this stone, basically it's a tiger's eye. And again, this is going to be good for this upcoming new moon energy. If you don't know, just kind of like Google some benefits of the tiger's eye. Okay, cool, yeah. You ordered the gang gang shirt. Okay,
That's
cool.
what's up.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't even got to see us wear them yet, but it's coming.
True. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Bobby. It's no
And you know
joke.
what, Anita? We ain't no joke either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
By
Like,
no means.
yeah, that's what this is about.
Yep. So yeah, Google the Tiger's Eye. Get you one if you don't have one, and just allow it to help bring some balance as far as clarity and decision making and things like that. So you're not moving off of, like it said, those infantile cravings, but that you're more so making decisions based on your intuition and your discernment. Ryan said, "How do you all always know?"
What do we know? Family? What's up, Ryan?
What's up, brother?
How do we know what? What y'all be need to know? Shit, we family. La familia. Soul Tribe. It's just real. It's beautiful. It's so awesome, you know, like when we was in religion, a lot of us, we had a form of that with other people, but this is so much deeper because it's like we think like one. We have a lot of similar experiences, the synchronicities, the timing. It's just beautiful.
I think and just add to what Cam said, yeah, we're all connected, but one thing in particular, when we work on our frequency and our vibration and trying to raise our frequency and vibration as much as we can, I think what happens is a lot of us are in that place of working to raise our vibration. And when you get vibrations, let's just say this is 4 different frequencies, and here are 4 different frequencies. And when those frequencies begin to line up and are on the same path, then what I'm thinking and you're thinking is on the same lines. And so when I speak it, it just automatically resonates to you. Or what you're thinking, I'm already resonating with it. So then now when you speak it, it's like, wow, I was just thinking that. But that's because we're on the same frequency. We're on the same vibration. And so a lot of times we all know. You know what I'm saying? It's all knowledge that lies within us, and we're just getting to the place of where we're continually working to raise our vibration, to raise our frequency, to be on a conscious vibe, a higher conscious vibe. And so, and when you think about it, all our higher selves is gonna always have those same aspects about it. You know what I'm saying? To love yourself, to embrace yourself, to embrace your total self. All of those virtues, guess what? All of our higher selves, that's what it's about. So when we continue to align ourselves up to be more integrated with our higher self, then it just connects like that.
Ashe, Ryan, I'm telling you.
We all lived in the royal court of Akhenaten.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
The Egyptians knew what they was doing.
Yes.
The ancient Kemet, that whole science and
Etheric
technology.
connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
They definitely knew what they was doing.
Yeah.
So this is one of my most exciting shows in a while because it's beautiful. So I pulled some cards, and I'm going to interpret these cards for you. And I just was just allowing the energy of the collective of those who are awakening to come through. And this is what came through. Kunzite was the very first one, which represents self-love.
Kunzite.
Okay, that represents self-love. With this particular card right here, this is just confirmation that a lot of us, to detox
self-love,
the hatred. You see the hatred in the world is bubbling to a surface, it's coming to a head. It's so much tension now. That's because the call to self-love is very, very strong and wants to be anchored. And we was just talking about, you don't want to self-abuse. You don't want to practice self-hatred. You want to practice self-love. So to do this is when you practice self-love, you go look at your demons and you go see your demons and you go own up to that shit and you go say what it is. Like, that was coward as hell. Or that was, man, I was really a bitch this morning. I ain't have to do all that. Yep. Whatever it is, self-love allows you to own it. Because you love all of you. You like, even in my most effed upness, I love me. I love me just the way I am. So I got in the mirror and I just every cellulite and dimple I could find. I was in the mirror and I was just pointing at them. I'm like, I love you, I love you. And I was like, every freaking piece of cellulite I can't get rid of. That's an opportunity for me to love something that feels unlovable, which means it's going to expand me. It's going to cause me to strengthen my ability to love unconditionally, to not be so attached that stuff got to be exactly how the way I want it to be for me to love it. So the reason why a lot of us are like that in our relationships, because we're like that with ourselves. You got to be exactly how you think you want to be for you to love you. And then you wonder why your relationships aren't good, or why you can't keep a relationship, or why your relationship is not evolving. And so it's the lack of self-love. And actually, in the underworld meditation that I go to, all of the trees in this meditation look like this. The leaves on the trees are kunzite crystals. I know that shit resonated. I know y'all like, that's dope as fuck, because that's literal, you know? So self-love, y'all, just take a moment to love yourself, caress your body, embrace and accept your demons, you know, just love all the parts of you. You know, that's what this energy is about. You go, it might feel like, for some women especially, it's gonna feel like you're being selfish. If you got kids, it's definitely gonna feel like when I go get a massage or something, I'm like, this wrong. I got 5 loads of clothes I need to deal with. You know, like, I ain't even planning dinner for tonight. Like, it's so crazy how I've been so programmed. I don't give myself love.
May your blessings come at you 30, 60, and 100-fold.
Ashe. Yes.
Yeah.
So this right here, this is on point. Saul segment, Saul. Yes. Ashe. Ooh, I still ain't got to do that full poem. I'm going to do that. Okay. Definitely going to do that. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. And it's amazing, too, that under this Leo energy, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to mention this, but under this Leo energy, Jaguar Wright, the artist that performed with the Roots and did the Unplug with Jay-Z and everything, yeah, she been like exposing a lot of truth and stuff. That is a form of self-love too. When you expose some shit, you know, she talked about how Common, he had his penis all in her face one morning. I'm just saying what she said, but with the energy she brings, that is a segment, feline, serious energy coming through. Serious. I'm talking about the constellation. That is a very Lion of Judah energy, where she coming through and she like, you know what? I gotta, I need to love myself enough to set myself free. I'm not gonna carry these lies no more. I'm not carrying this shit. This shit too heavy to carry. I have carried this most of my life. I'm getting that up off of me.
That's a sickness.
That is self-love as well. So she is doing what? She's taking action under this energy. This is the segment energy I was telling you I was coming through. Is this labradorite, one of my favorite crystals. And it represents taking action. Taking action. What are you going to do about it? Okay, so you got a lot of self-criticism. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to give it a name and a form and face it and deal with it? What are you going to do about it?
Take action.
So you got to take action. With love, take action. Okay? With love, take action. Just keep doing it. It's like a wash and repeat. A wash and repeat. Sometimes to get some stains out, that's just what it takes. You know, but if you wash something 3 times and the stain ain't fully gone, you throw it away. Like you know, you probably just needed a little more patience and needed to work with it a little longer. So this is the time to take action, y'all. This is the time to start dealing with this shit, you know? Don't let this shit just continue to just annoy you and make your life miserable. Deal with it.
Right.
All of our plants are telling us to take action right now because they looking droopy. Duly noted. And speaking of plants, that leads me to my next card. And I didn't even think this through, but it's just got to flow. Okay.
All right.
It's got to flow. The very next card that I pull, what is going to help us? The upside. This crystal represents Mother Earth, y'all. Mother Earth. Mother Earth. I'm going to tell y'all something so dope that came to me in meditation since I have been using this potion. Okay.
The potion will be on the website.
Yes, it will. Mother Earth. This was so dope. I was in meditation And I always anchor myself in Mother Earth before I go into the astral realm, before I try to lucid drink, try to, anything in the astral realm and go into other dimensions, okay? You want to anchor yourself into the core of Mother Earth, okay? You want to send those cords either from your spinal cord down into the core of Mother Earth or from your feet and be grounded, okay? Allow that cord to just hold you, okay? To keep you safe while you are going into these dimensions. This is what Mother Earth told me. She said, because after I did that, I immediately started experiencing the cosmos and the stars and seeing galaxies. And I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. That's pretty dope. I anchor myself in you, and now I'm out in space. Like, wow, okay. And you know what she said? She said, for no man can come to the cosmic mother unless she first came through my daughter, Mother Earth. Hold up. So you mean to tell me that scripture that says, for no man can come to the Father unless he come through the Son, that was really about the primordial feminine energy of creation? Y'all, come on. Do y'all feel that in your heart? Like, I can't make this. If this is resonating with you, that means that this is a vibration that you called into your vortex, into your being. Oh my goodness. That resonated so much with me. I said, that makes so much sense. She was like, Mother Earth is my daughter. So she was just like, this is why. She said, I was just like, okay, because here come the negative self-talk voice. Like, that's bullshit. It's pretty incredible, but you just made that shit up. And I was like, okay, here we go. All right, my negative self-talk is called Azuru. That's a very ancient name I was given when I asked, what is your name? Azuru. I was like, okay, Azuru, I acknowledge that, I hear that, but this is my reality, and I'm going to create it the way I want to, okay? So you can have a seat. Thank you. And then the cosmic mother, the great mother, her energy came through, and she says, I'm going to confirm that for you. She says, when you leave your 3D vessel, your body, your temple, your avatar, where do you go first? I was like, the hospital, the morgue? She's like, no, I'm talking about the first resting place. I was like, in the ground. She says, in my daughter. First, you are put in the ground, Mother Earth, my daughter. And then from there, if your path has not been impeded upon in any way, and you go through the natural course of the way it should happen, you go into the cosmos, just like your ancestors. For no man can come to the cosmic mother but through my daughter, Mother Earth. If y'all needed some proof.
I like that, Mama T. Yeah.
If y'all needed some proof. This shit's too incredible to make this up. I'm pretty incredible, but I'm not that damn incredible.
Yes, you are.
No. This some next level shit. Hey, we ain't just trying to sell this potion to y'all. Like, for real, we want y'all to feel this. It took me days and hours and weeks to make the preparations to sit with this. Your energy gotta be clear and pure. You can't be having no secret shit floating through you and your energy field. The house needs to be clean. It was so much preparation. And Ernest really, he came through, because physically sometimes I'm exhausted and just can't do the physical part. And so just that teamwork, like this shit right here. And then the base of the potion is from the eclipse that we had, the Ring of Fire eclipse, which was the balance of the divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So this was, and I started this potion in April, y'all. I started this in April, and I just finished it in August. When you take your time with something like that, it's going to be power packed, And so this was hard. It's hard to be aware of your energy for that amount of time, because you want to put a product out that, you know what I'm saying?
That goes back to what I was saying about
take the card.
That's having that energetic barometer, whether it's just an exercise that's done, but it helps you to thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
It helps you to realize where you are energetically, and what you're feeling energetically. So
Yeah.
awesome.
So how y'all feeling? Did y'all enjoy this show? Did
Yeah,
y'all get some gems
awesome.
that help y'all like really be able to go out and begin constructing the life that you know you deserve? Like that's what this is about.
Yeah.
Awaken to your worth. Awaken to your value. You know, for my ladies out there, you know, we got the weapon of mass destruction that was named WAP. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna talk about that?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that, and then you know we'll finish up. We got more work to do, so we gotta make sure we post the potion. We gotta make sure that we post the forum. We always create a forum after the show, y'all. And so a lot of stuff we talk about, you're gonna be able to find links and that information in that forum. We're gonna do that immediately when we get off of here, and immediately we're gonna post. I'm gonna tell you what's in this potion. I'm going to tell you most of everything that's in this potion and the metaphysical properties of what it do. And again, that took a lot of research too, because I want to make sure the information is accurate. So yeah, we're going to do that. But I want to get into this. And I just want to say it was very important with the primordial divine feminine energy coming through of segment that's coming through and slaying, you know, coming through and exposing, coming through and saying, no, you're not going to continue to rape. You're not going to continue to murder. And you're not going to continue to be taking kids' pineal glands and their organs and feeding off of them, you know, the adrenal drug.
Right.
And then we got to tell you about glitching the matrix, because the adrenal drug, baby, you can read that part when I finish with this about the project, the show. Okay. So with that energy coming through, that's why the Cabal had that song released. See, they have to do astrology. Somebody just gave us a donation. Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you.
I saw that. Thank you, Linda.
No, Linda
May that
ordered.
return to you. Who's that?
She ordered something.
Oh, she ordered. Okay, well, thank you, whoever. Thank you. They wanted to make it toxic. They want to make this. They want the Kundalini energy to be demonized. That's what this is about. The womb. The pussy, it represents creation. That is the flower of life.
Yes.
They don't want us to have access to those codes.
That's so true.
They want to keep us on lockdown. So they have weaponized our pussy.
Okay.
Then weaponize the pussy. If not putting syphilis in our men, into skeezy experiments to take back to your woman, if not raping you, if not cutting babies straight up out of your stomach one enough, we're going to continue to weaponize your pussy. White women pussy ain't been weaponized. I can't think of many country songs where they're using it in a very weaponized way.
No, it was all strategic.
How many Bali, what's the East Indian music name? East Indian music.
You
Bali.
don't know.
I think. Yeah.
But you're right, though.
Some of them artists.
Yeah.
What about some Native American artists? Asian artists? Russian artists? Why the fuck nobody else?
Drop your question, Unica. Yeah.
Why nobody else?
Yeah.
If it was not enough what you did, that you took Harrietta Lacks sales without even asking her or paying her family to experiment on her cervix and make a polio vaccine that made you billions of dollars.
And still using her
Still using it today.
Technology to this day.
That shit, that right there is what we consider to be wicked, because it is harmful.
And we looked it up online, and they selling her sales for like, was it $7,000 or it might have been between $7,000 and $10,000.
Still to this day, Black woman, awakened queen, awakened goddess. You have the flower of life between your legs, and it needs to be sacred. You must treat it as sacred. You must cherish it. Now, there are some things with that that's right. It ain't all wrong. There's some stuff that's right with that, which is the pussy does need to have more respect. And pussy should also receive currency for the life that it gives. That's what it's about. If you're constantly taking, and not giving anything, that is rape. So it's truth and lies mix together and jump together. And we know this is the energy of what we call the antichrist consciousness, anti-evolution, anti-growth, anti-higher consciousness. Whew. I might end up just doing a whole post about it. I don't know, because I could go on and on for hours about this. It's so much to dissect in that. But I want to tell you what the great mother told me. She said, you want to know what the real intention behind this is? I was like, what? Is it the division between the black man and woman? She said, no, they already did that. I said, what is it? Pedophilia. She said, this is an opening of the way. They're trying to create an opening of the way for pedophilia.
Yeah.
I was like, so is that why they, pick the colors that they pick and the target audience and the way that they set up the logistics and all? She was like, yes, that's what it's really about. Because they're running out of adrenochrome. And yeah, they need a source. So by doing this is almost like, it causes women to be below the veil of consciousness, which causes them to not see life as sacred, and maybe getting abortions for reasons I can't speak on what's wrong or what's right. To each his own. You your own God, goddess. You make your own decisions. I have no judgment for that. But again, this is just to create where they can have more access. And so if your pussy is weaponized and you use it in a very non-sacred manner, you know what I'm saying? Like this is going to allow them to have an energy source.
Yeah.
And so that's mostly what has been pointed out to me. That's what that really was about. And also because on the cover they use yellow and pink, which is the color of Erzuli Frida and the color of Oshun. Okay, they use those two colors. That was very intentional. And then you look at their ethnicity, their race, their origins. You know what I'm saying? You got this Dominican, Latin, Afro energy, and then you got the beautiful energy of this African queen. You know what I'm saying? Who has just been wounded in both of her feet. Her soul is wounded, literally. Her soul has been wounded at the hands of a black man, and you release that.
Yeah.
That is high magic for chaos and alchemy.
Yeah.
To stir us up and cause us to not be able to focus and concentrate on what's important. And to not, you're just so frustrated with it, you don't even know where to begin transmute anything, because you're just sick of the rhetoric.
That's so true, baby. Go ahead. Okay, there was a couple of questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Caesar said, I'm just here. What's the most important message you can share with me tonight? Natural sync. This whole live has been
most important.
A natural sync, so to speak. Yeah. And most important. And then Unica asked the question, what does it mean when you get buried above ground?
Spiritually, it could mean some different things, but at the end of the day, we are made from the dust of the earth and also the same components as the stars. So even if you end up in somebody's urn or, in a tomb, a catacomb or something of that nature, your body is still going to return to the earth. You're gonna be decomposed and return from that which you originated. So but rituals and things like that in different cultures, they chose their burials because they are sacred. But we are in a time when we're superseding a lot of that, and so nothing is stationary. Nothing is one thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everything is multidimensional. Everything has many probabilities in what it can be. So what is it to you is the most important thing. Is what does it mean to you? Yeah.
You saw the demonic energy that was in her?
Heartbreak. It's heartbreak. When your soul is wounded. You lose your grandmama, your mama, back to back, and then this. That's deep trauma. Deep trauma. We should be sending Megan good energy, prayers and vibrations.
And like Miss T said, that would be the other one, but I know that's the physical reason why people are buried on top of ground. And that just basically depends on the flood zoning. Like
Yeah, they
Louisiana,
took.
Louisiana is a state that I know they do a lot of not a lot of cremation, a lot of mausoleums.
Mm-hmm.
Those are what you get where you're buried on top of ground. And because I have some background into that industry, uh, I know for a fact that that's the reason why they bury
Mm-hmm.
on top of ground in some cities. And then again, sometimes it's just a traditional custom. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
the spiritual implications, I know that's what you probably want to get an
Yeah.
understanding
Yeah.
from the spiritual perspective. Yeah.
So I think that was the questions y'all had. So I'm gonna get into Project Power. Project Power is this new
So
Netflix original that has actually, Jamie Foxx is in there.
yeah.
The guy that played in Dark Knight,
Hmm.
can't remember his name.
Was he the
Um,
Joker at one point?
mm,
No, he was the
no,
Joker.
he played in Dark Knight. He was one that was leading them across the bridge, the children across the bridge. They don't
Okay.
pick these actors, randomly. But
Hmm.
anyway, we was watching it, and this is about a particular drug that gives you 5 minutes of ultimate power. But thing about it is, when you take this drug, you don't know what your power is gonna
B.
be.
So
So it could be
everybody
something to
different.
make you, yeah. So it could be something to make you self implode.
Yeah.
It could be great for you. It could be
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
And as I was watching this, I was like, what is this really about? What is and then we got deep into it. I'm gonna tell y'all, it was so weird what started to happen, but it was almost like you start to glitch the matrix. You almost start to be one step ahead of the coding and the program. So I knew it was coming before it was coming, but I wasn't sure.
You're
And what
welcome, Miss
happened
J.
was it happened three
Thank you, Miss J.
times. Absolutely. It happened 3 times, y'all, where I knew I could hear words before they were saying the words as if I had read the script. I could visually see the scenes before they got there. And after it happened a third time, I was like, oh, hell no. Ernest was trying to go to sleep. And I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I turned into the oracle in the Matrix where they bending spoons and shit. I'm like, man, I done bent 3 spoons. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened was I knew the scenes before the scenes would happen, and then they started playing a song. The playlist soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that the song was important before I knew why. So as soon as I heard the very first word of the song, I reached to grab my phone so I could Shazam it and see who it was and see what that song was. And as soon as I hit tag on Shazam to see what that music was, he says a lituation. It's a lituation
In the show. Mm-hmm.
in the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, look at this. We created literal, because it's a lit ritual. Going through the spiritual awakening, it's a very lit ritual. So we use literal, lituation, literally instead of literally. So it was our language that we had created coming through in this song. So when stuff like that happened, that's a glimpse where you see that the code and the light codes that you're getting is absolutely something that is divine. However, the cabal is trying to use it to do the opposite. So it caught my attention. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, hell no.
We gotta read up on that one. Ryan said, I told you that you were the real life legend of Korra.
Okay. Is that a show? I think that's a show. I think I remember Kalila mentioning it. Is that a show that you're talking about? I'm gonna have to look that up.
I think he's talking about something actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna have to look up the Legend of Korra. If you got a link or something to share it with us.
Mm-hmm.
So so right in that moment, I'm like, I'm glitching the matrix. I know the script. I know what's gonna happen before it happened. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, hold on. I'm sitting there and a scene is happening where the young lady in the movie is running down an aisle in the grocery store, and I knew what was
Airbender.
gonna happen before it
Okay,
happened.
I got you.
I
know what
and
y'all
I
talking
said, I said what was gonna happen before it happened, and it happened exactly like that. And I was like, "Whoa, hold up!" I had to hit pause. I was like, "We seen this shit before." And
about.
Ernest was like, "No, baby, this just came out." I was like,
No, we seen
"We
her.
seen this before."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "But it just," I'm like, "But I'm telling you." So with Maya breaking down, and the more you get in tune with your higher self and your third eye is open, you begin to glitch the matrix. You can bend the spoon because you see that the spoon is just a simulation. It feels solid and it feels like matter and it feels unchangeable, but it's a simulation. And it's almost like you're saying, my energy is such that I really don't even need you to physically bend for me, but I can bend you visually within my third eye. It's bending. You become 2 steps ahead. You see the cat, and then you see the cat walk by again. You're like, whoa, hold up. I didn't seen that cat walk by before. You know, you in your neo. You know, and oh my gosh, it was just so awesome.
Gotcha.
So, okay, so when that happened, and the very next thing that happened after that was, I was like, why do they keep showing us an alligator? They kept showing this alligator. This shit made me want to watch it again. So, but we got work to do because we got to finish giving y'all what y'all need on the website. But anyway, they showed the alligator, and the second time they showed the alligator, we was like, I wonder why would they keep showing that alligator? It was just so strange and out of place that they just show an alligator. And then I immediately said they showing an alligator because of the connection to Trump saying that he was going to drain the swamps. And Ernest said, "Whoa!" He's like, "Babe, like."
Yeah.
You know, that shit was literal, you know? And so I was just like, look at that. I was like, you know what? So this movie is about adrenal platinum. Because, you know, that word, I hear you can't use that word. It's going to be an issue in your video, like the pandemic word. So we're going to call it adrenal platinum. And right when I said that, they showed a pizza emoji in a text message format, right as I said that. And then they showed a little girl. A young little girl. Immediately after that. That is indeed the project power. Powerful. And whatever that manifests for you, depending on the decoding in your DNA, depending on your ancestry.
One got turned into he was like the Ghost Rider. He was just fire. He was just, even though he still had his flesh, he looked charred, but he embodied fire. So he could set anything ablaze. The other guy, what was one of his manifestations?
Invisibility. Like a chameleon.
So
But so this all makes so much sense. And so, you know, Ernest like, you know, we're gonna talk about that. And I was like, yeah, because, you know, that's what we're here to do. You know, that's what we're here to do. We that's just what it is. So yes, this is beautiful. We love y'all. Y'all already know. We can stay on longer. Like I said, I only have a few of these potions left over. So once they're gone until I make more. So we're going to post that. If you would like to get a reading with me, all you got to do is fill out the submission form at remnantsgathering.com. You can get a reading with me. These readings, just read the reviews, you know. It speaks for itself. Read the testimonies, read the reviews. And let's see what else. For those of you who order shirts, and I promised you all that I would do a protection potion for y'all. I have them ready, and so we're going to send those out this week as well for those of you who ordered shirts. So we all about keeping our word. Yes, it is work. Yes, sometimes it is heavy. Yes, sometimes we like, should we keep doing this show? Should we keep doing this? We trying to run 3 businesses at one time. Like, does this make sense? And then we're still trying to add new streams of income and do other things. And we would like to fully commit to Susu's because that's rebuilding of the economy, you know, of our community. It's just so much. But you know, this is the time of passion. This is a time of passion economy. And even though it's work, and even though it gets hard and heavy, sometimes you might want to quit. But when your heart is in it and when you're passionate about it, you're going to find a way to make it work. So that's what it's all about.
What did you say? Okay.
Yeah, I swear. This eclipse energy, like, this took this from April to August. I've been making this. And I wanted to rush it. I did. I was ready to use it myself. I wanted to rush it, but I had to take my time with it. And so the very last ingredient that I needed, I put it in there in the month of August, and so it's done now. But yeah. Yeah, and it's got lodestone in it, which is gold, you know. So it's not no Rudy Pooty shit in here. It's definitely, you know, I searched high and low, and I did, and I was willing to be patient. So yeah, that's what magic is all about: being patient, believing in what you're doing, not allowing doubt or anything to make you not believe what you're doing.
Thanks
So
for the donation.
y'all don't have, yeah, I
T.
say, I didn't know we got another donation. Thank you. 888. I love it. That's infinity.
You
Turn it on
already
its
know.
side. New beginnings.
Yes.
So,
and then return back to
yes.
you 30, 60, 100 fold.
Absolutely.
So mote it be.
So mote it be. All right. So as we always say, y'all head over to the website. We're finna go over there now and start putting the stuff up there. So just give it a few minutes to get on there. We love y'all. And as we always say,
Man, your
third eye has just been kissed. Peace.